Hello viewers, this is Evelyn of Libabuhay. Why do we have to air layer a lilac or any other flowering bush or tree? It's because we want a plant that will immediately have flowers on the time the air layer is done. So like this. Lilac can be air layered for like minimum 3 months and up, and you can already collect or harvest it. So you can actually, yes, you can propagate it by cuttings or by the shoots or suckers, but by air layering, it means you can have a clone of the plant and you don't have to wait a long time before you get flowers. Like this, you have already a flower there, and I have already done the air layering there. So it means when the time it's done and I harvest it, the next season, I have already a lilac plant that I can plant on in a pot and will already bear flowers. So here on my side, it's an example of a lilac tree that is being air layered and it's flowering already after 1 season. So now I will show you how to air layer a lilac bush, but at the same time, this kind of process is what you see in a lot of air layering. It's actually just the same. So first you find a node. This is the node. This is where leaves will grow, and this is the best part under it, just like 1 millimeter under it or 2 millimeters under it. It's just the best place to start your slicing, and it's because that's where the roots will grow. So as you see, I will be using my secateur or cutter to just, it's actually very good to use this kind of cutter to just make your slice there, and then you just make it kind of 2 centimeters. Some will do, if this is not a very big branch, so I just kind of 2 centimeters is enough. So you do another slicing there, and as what I said before, you have to slice downwards or upward to get the bark. So the first thing we have to take out is the bark. So there is the bark, you know. I know that a lot of people who are very interested in air layering will, it's kind of a kick on you. It's kind of something you get addicted to when you do air layering, because it's like you are, what we are doing now is we are scraping the cambium layer. The cambium layer actually is the part of the tree that is just under the bark, and normally cambium layer are quite slippery when you hold them. So to be sure that you are taking out all those cambium layer, we don't want the cambium layer to remain in there. It's because the tree actually is growing. That is cambium layer. That is the layer that is giving or supporting nutrients to the tree or the branch. And if you're not taking them out and they just remain there, and then you start to do your air layering, it will just grow back. Instead that it will develop roots, the cambium layer will just connect again this bark to this bark, and instead that you will be, your purpose is to get roots just below this node, then they will just connect each other again and they will just heal. Instead of rooting, they will heal. Now we are done, and if you feel it, it's kind of it's already the tree, you know, it's hardwood already, and it means it's time to I am using here a fast root Miracle Grow. It's actually a rooting hormone. It's a lot of rooting hormone you can buy in Amazon, and I bought this one. Why do you use rooting hormone? If you are living in a country like Sweden or any other European countries or in the US, and normally our seasons, we have 4 seasons, and it's not the same in Asian country where you only have you know, rain and sunshine, and you usually have warm weather. So as you see, I had already here a pack of the moss where I collected just from my garden, and they are very good to have, and a lot of people are using. If you don't have it, you cannot collect it anywhere, you can just buy pet moss. Some people, like in Asian countries, they even use the material from the coconut husk, or else you just buy it commercially. But me, it's available. You can go to the forest, and on the surface of the ground they are usually a combination, you know, of this kind of moss and very good soil. So that's how I collect, and I just put it in this plastic. And the good thing with it is just very easy, because you just slice it in the middle. And if it's a kind of branch that is like this, it's not very big. So this one, you just slice it in the middle. It's like you're slicing a sandwich, you know, how do you say it, a baguette. And after that, it's like this. And after that, you just put be sure that you are covering this material into the wound, into this part, so it will be growing. It's there. So isn't it very easy if you have it already prepared? You don't have to mess up with all this. And then, as you see, I only have my plastic strips. You can actually tie it in any kind of material that you want, but I prefer plastic because I have a lot of it. I usually just recycle things at home, and it's a very good thing for a gardener to recycle things. So I know that a lot of people, a lot of gardeners are really interested now of doing these things, and it's not really very hard. It's just, for me, it's kind of fun actually. People will ask how long it will take that this air layering will be done. Well, when it comes to lilac, actually it will take kind of several months, not only a month, not only weeks. It can take like 1 season. So now it's the end of May, it's the last week of May. So I think May, June, July, I think like by the month of August I will look at this. And then you have to see to it, that is why you use transparent plastic. It's because you want to see to it that you will see the roots are growing. So different plants, it's actually different time when they will develop roots. So it differs with different kinds of plants. So after that, I will be putting this tin foil. And for those who doesn't know, I'm new to air layering. You do this is because when it will be July here, it will be very warm, and you don't want the heat of the sun can actually, if it starts to root, the heat of the sun can actually destroy or affect the rooting process of the plant. So now we have it here, and it's done, and I hope you learned something from it. So this is Evelyn of Libabuhay. It's another air layering we did today. See you again next time.